Hey, Chandra. So at a very high level, tell us a little bit about what CloudRek is.
So CloudRek is, we have developed CloudRek platform as an end-to-end platform to enable clients to pretty much automate the whole staffing for themselves, both perm and contracting. So what CloudRek does is, based on what our experience is in staffing for the last 20 years, all the pain points we have taken into consideration, and we have created a platform to enable the clients to hire the best possible candidates at the lowest cost, which is kind of a holy grail of staffing if you look at it that way. How can we achieve that? So we've created multiple things in the platform to not only help clients to achieve a good efficiency on their hiring needs, but also save a ton of money. That's the CloudRek model, which we are very, very proud of, and we have done extensive research. And then this platform clearly enables clients to do this.
Yeah. And, it does seem like right now we're in this space where there are many companies, right, that are offering some version of this service, be it LinkedIn or ZipRecruiter, Monster, just to name a few. What do you think is what CloudRek offers that, kind of sets you apart from these guys?
Yeah, that's a very good question, Madhur. Basically, see, all these platforms, they are piecemeal type. I know they address like certain portions of hiring process. For example, if you go to ZipRecruiter or Indeed or any of these platforms and post a requirement, you would end up getting 50 resumes, and you'd probably spend like 4 or 5 days just to sort them through and then figure out who's good, who's bad. And you pretty much are doing that as a full time. But as a client, let's say you're with a big manufacturing company or any other company, your job is probably different. Your job is not to sift through all these resumes, figure out who's good, to call them, and they might not be available at that time you call. So what CloudRek does is it's end-to-end platform, meaning like there are recruiters assigned to a particular account, and they go through all those 50 resumes, figure out who's good. And we also use AI extensively to weed out bad resumes and give a good feedback to our internal recruiters. At the end of the day, you probably will, as a hiring manager, probably will get 5 resumes out of the 50. And that makes your job very easy, because out of the 5, you can start interviewing immediately and you can start interviewing people. And there's multiple other companies who address other needs like ATSs, which is applicant tracking system, like VMS, vendor management systems, kind of managing vendors. So all these companies are doing like bits and pieces of what we do as a whole. So as we are an extension to a client, and we do this by enabling technology built in right into the platform, and we help them do end-to-end staffing. That way it will save a lot of time. And our model is totally disruptive in the industry, because we are also in the process of getting them the best candidates. We also tend to save a lot of money for them. We do it in a different disruptive model in CloudRek. That's what CloudRek is all about.
I think every manager and every HR person can relate to the just overabundance of resumes one gets when one applies, when one goes to a site like LinkedIn to get resumes, and by the time you have sifted through these resumes and gone through your 15 interviews, you've almost forgotten who the first candidate was, and they might have lost interest in your proposal. The other thing I really love about this is that it is end-to-end. In other words, it's not just an avenue for you to meet a candidate or interview a candidate, but I think you guys also help with the onboarding process, the offboarding process. So it's really a front-to-end system, which I don't think any of these other systems really are. Is that right, Chandra?
Yes, exactly right. So as discussed before, so end-to-end means like from the time the posting is done on the platform till the time that the consultant finishes his job and leaves the project, we take care of everything else. Mm-hmm. So at the end of the day, the client just needs to pay us one check at the end of the month, and we take care of everything else like payment processing, timesheets, all those other small things, which clients is very, very tough. And this will really help our clients to be very productive in terms of hiring needs.
Mm-hmm. How big is this market?
No, the market is really big. I mean, it's we're talking about $100+ billion a year, and the projection is that it will be around 140 billion by 2029. So this is huge a market, and
Mm-hmm.
this has not been disrupted for a long time. This is the way things work. They're working the same way since like what 40 years, 50 years, and a lot of multiple layers and a lot of issues. There are a lot of pain points which we have really addressed in CloudRek platform to make it very robust and efficient, and that model really works for our clients.
Mm-hmm. You mentioned AI, and as part of the solution set. I'm very curious, what role does AI play here?
Yeah, so we've done a lot of research on how, just like I just gave you an example, like there are 50 resumes for a position. How do we use AI to weed that out to make sure that we get like maybe 10 out of the 50 which are relevant, for the client requirement? So we have extensively used AI inside the product, built into the product. Like we have like an AI bot which automatically calls us 50 people. Just imagine, like, let's say you're trying to reach somebody and then they are not available and they say, hey, I'm available at 3 p.m. So the bot will automatically call at 3 p.m. Based on the requirement and the resume. It'll automatically come up with some questions.
Mm-hmm.
And you ask those questions to the job seeker, and the job seeker will answer those, and the AI will automatically transcribe it, and it will have insights into those transcription. Because it's a self-learning AI, so it automatically knows, okay, these answers fit to what the criteria is, and automatically those 50 get whittled down to like maybe 10, or maybe less than that. So based on the requirement, and those 10 get sent to our recruiters, and they will manually call those 10, figure out who is the best, and then they will submit it, the top 5. Plus like maybe 1 or 2 if they feel like, hey, there's one or 2 resumes are good, so maybe 5 to 7 resumes to the hiring manager. So
That's really cool. Yeah.
and so this way a lot of time is saved, for our recruiters. Instead of calling all 50, we whittle down from 50 to like maybe 10, and from 10 to 5 or 7. So imagine having this for like number of requirements. Because it's a bot, it can call n number of candidates at any given time, and it automatically manages those times, and it comes up with insights. And during the submission process, the hiring managers will see those responses from AI, why we consider that is a good fit. The AI's recommendation plus the recruiter's recommendation, both are visible to the hiring managers, and they can figure out whom to interview first based on those responses.
Mm-hmm.
So it's a self-learning AI, so it will automatically start learning more and more, and it gets more efficient as we go on, and multiple clients getting into the platform will only make it better and better as we go on.
I think that's really cool. I mean, I hear so much about AI completely automating everything, and I'm very skeptical about those solutions. But I think this is a smart use of AI, right? Because it uses it to make the process efficient, but at the end of it, it is still a human being on the other side who's kind of looking at those final resumes and deciding what makes sense and what doesn't. So I just think that makes just so much sense, and kind of like using technology in the right way.
Exactly. And we will add more things to it as we go along. I mean, AI is still evolving, and we are pretty sure that we can add more efficiencies to it,
Right.
and in terms of like, the company gets big and there's like a lot of questions being asked. Some like, let's say, where is my invoice? Where is my payment? So that conversational AI will be built into it as we grow, and there are other things we'll add as AI grows. Along with the company, we will increase the AI's capabilities built right into the platform, which will really help our clients. At the end of the day, our goal is to be efficient. How best we can be efficient and save money to our clients. That is the key for us.
What type of clients are you working with today?
I mean, we can enable any clients. We can get them onboarded into our platform. It doesn't matter whether it's manufacturing, whether it's financial, retail industry, medical side of it. As long as they have good projects going on and they have a lot of hiring needs, whether it's full time or contracting, we can get them into the platform and help them get the best resources possible who are in the market.
Yeah. And like going forward, if you had your profile in your mind for what would be a client, would this be sort of a large enterprise level client that you're thinking would most benefit from a service like this?
Yes, of course, but we are open to any
Mm-hmm.
client who are like 2 billion plus, and down the line, I mean, it doesn't matter for us. Even for small companies, startups, we are working with a couple of startups in our platform, making them, helping them achieve their hiring needs. But initially, our goal is to reach out to bigger customers, so there is
Yeah.
enough volume, and the enterprise level customers are the key for us right now. So we are
Yeah.
concentrating on them for now.
Yeah. And that brings me to another interesting question, just away from financing, right?
Right.
If an investor were to be interested in looking at your firm for an investment opportunity, what are some of the things you would be looking for in the investor?
I mean, we are actively looking for an investor who can really help us, not only putting the money, that is one part. The second part is, let's say, investor has already invested in multiple companies, which are sizable in our case. And our technology can really help those partner companies for any investor. And if they have a lot of requirements in hiring, of course, every company needs hiring is the key thing. So those investors, we are very interested to talk to, because they could help us, not only help us put money, they could also connect with these partner companies, and automatically the valuation of our company will grow immediately. With this kind
Mm-hmm.
of interest from an investor who has
Mm-hmm.
these people on board.
Mm-hmm.
So we are very, very open to talk to those kind of investors who have a lot of partner companies in their portfolio.
Yeah. From a revenue standpoint, Chandra, where are you today, and where do you think, or what do you want to be targeting, 5 years out?
So right now we are around a 500,000. Our target is 2 million this year,
Uh-huh.
but in 5 years we want to reach about 100 million run rate, which is really real possibility.
Mm-hmm.
And we have projections showing that this will be, very, very valuable in terms of clients who want to really hire good people at the lowest cost. And our model clearly enables us to reach that 100 million run rate within 5 years.
Right. Just for the sake of our Saturday, I mean, I know that this is a platform where lots of different companies are going to be present, looking, searching around for candidates from a data privacy security standpoint, right? I'm assuming that the safeguards and guardrails that you needed to put in place are all in there.
Yes, 100%. In this day, cybersecurity, a lot of hackers going along, bigger companies are getting attacked. So we have automatically installed like a two-factor authentication, multi-factor authentication. We use Google Authenticator to authenticate people logging in, and the data is secure. So we have done many things like that. So to make sure that we are allowing only the people who are are registered to go in
Yeah.
and do business with.
Yeah.
So we understand where these hackers are coming. So we are very confident that we are very secure in that way.
Yeah. Chandra, let's take a step back. I mean, I know you're neck deep with CloudRek today, but that was not always the case. Your journey leading up to today has been one where I think you started off as a software consultant, and in fact, after that, you started your own very different sort of a business. Tell us a little bit about how you started off your career here in the U.S.
Yeah, I mean, I came to US to study. I'm a mechanical engineering graduate, and I started my journey as a software engineer and a software architect. I was heading up big projects for many companies during my career. I worked for AT&T, automating their ERP solutions, and very enjoyable. And during this time, we automated. I mean, if you pencils to aircraft leasing, how do you automate that? So AT&T was very big in automating it through Oracle ERP, and my role was to kind of help them to automate those ERP processes. And after that, I started a staffing company in 2007. And the staffing company is a regular staffing company I've been running. And in between, I started like a startup in 2014 to do in food technology. That really helped me understand the entrepreneurial kind of a role, what it takes to build a company, and it not work, um, but then CloudRek came about, and then I started this CloudRek because of a lot of gaps in staffing industry and pain points. Like we basically, I concentrate on the pain points in staffing and how we can solve this, and that's what CloudRek is all about. And we've completely taken into consideration all those pain points, and during my last 15 years looking at this industry, and very experienced in terms of staffing. I can say that I'm an expert in that. I've done many cases in the last 15 years, and I understand staffing from ground up. And see, and this is CloudRek is all about how to pretty much be the best in the market, and kind of disrupt this industry.
Yeah,
Rewrite to.
this is such a great thing for me to hear, because we see great ideas, but oftentimes we see entrepreneurs who don't necessarily have the experience in that sector. They have the great idea, but they don't necessarily have that DNA. But I think in your case, that DNA really comes through, because pretty much you're using your life's experiences to figure out what the pain points were, and then crafting a solution to actually go solve it. And that's really incredible. And then the other part of it was, that initial experience that you had with Enjoy Fresh, I think you said, right, where
Yes, yes, yes,
started
fresh.
up your own business. Yeah, it didn't work out, but you learn from that failure. But in the process, you learn how to start up a business. So I think both those two experiences really help explain where you are and why you are where you are today.
Yes, yes, 100%. I mean, that really helped me, not to make those kind of mistakes, and
Yeah,
as an entrepreneur. So that's the a very good journey I had in terms
yeah,
of and that really helped me understand more and more,
yeah,
about how to make this a successful venture.
yeah. Whenever I've had teams who have had to build something creative, is that creative people need to keep their creative juices, going. Otherwise, they sort of like lose inspiration, right? What are some of the things you do, or what are some of the things that the team has done in terms of coming up with new ideas that have made your product richer?
Yeah, so even though I'm hands-on, I kind of give free liberty to my team, because I understand they are key people, and I want to make sure that we encourage ideas in the company. And some of those ideas are, one is like we have a very good external recruiter functionality, which is kind of one of the only one which is in this platform. It's not available anywhere else. That's the idea came from a team member, and some of the AI portions we built came from the team members, and we encourage that. And when they come up with the idea, we discuss, and we want to execute it, then I give them free hand to execute it. So then they get encouraged by that, and they want to be part of the team. And going forward, they will become the key people, because they are the ones who came up with the idea. They're very proud of it, and they can come up with the newer ideas. So it's a very open kind of company. We're working with closely with the
Yeah,
engineering team, and our recruiters are all really good, and they have a
yeah.
very good system in place. So we are at a very good place right now. Hopefully this will turn into a huge growth in the next couple of years.
Yeah, yeah. Away from work, Chandra, what motivates you?
I mean, really the challenge of making this company a success. And
Mm-hmm.
I'm like really confident, and based on my meetings and talks with other people, potential clients, I feel very confident, and I want that really motivates me and my team, who really encourage on a daily basis when we are meeting and we're talking. I feel like, hey, this is a great place to be in, and let's make this a huge success for our team members. And there is a real need of this product in the market.
Yeah,
So every day I look at it in that way, and I'm like motivated, and say, hey, I mean, let's get this done. Let's get new clients coming into the company. Let's
mm-hmm.
execute it, and really help our clients. And when I talk to some clients who are using it, and they're very happy that we are able to do this,
Mm-hmm.
because is one of the sticky points is hiring good people is always tough. Anybody
Mm-hmm.
who in this hiring manager situation, they know that it is very tough to find good people,
Mm-hmm.
and so I feel really confident and encouraged by this. That
Mm-hmm.
really motivates me, because imagining like how we can help bigger clients and make them successful, and in turn it will be a success for us. It's mutually beneficial.
Yeah.
That's on a daily basis. I feel really great about it.
Yeah. What is a quote that you live by, or that really you feel like are really moved by or inspired by?
No, I mean, I really enjoy, basically one of the from Mahabharata. I want
Mm-hmm.
to say that, like Krishna says, that everything you do is not, you're not doing it. Basically, I am the one who is doing it. So I feel like, okay, do it without any stress, without anything, but because you're doing it with a good intention, and everything is being done by managed by somebody else, so you are stressless.
Yeah.
I really feel that is a good principle to live on.
Yeah. That's really great. I think that's very mature. I think it sort of is along the lines of, you can do your best, but at the end of the day, you have to accept what comes your way after you've done your best and given it your all. And then you have to be okay with that outcome, that isn't somehow in some ways the best outcome possible.
Yes,
Uh,
yes, exactly,
right.
exactly.
That's a that's such a Hindi philosophy lesson that I can completely connect to that. Thank you so much, Chandra, for your time. I think I had so much fun putting this podcast together with you, and so much fun learning about your business as you went about doing this. I really appreciate the time you spent with me over here.
All right, great, Mother. Thank you for your time. Okay.
Thanks.
All right, sure.